I'm standing in front of the custom Insurgent pickup, and like the APC, you will need to have either an Avenger or an MOC to upgrade this vehicle. You can buy one and not upgrade it, but if you want to do the upgrades, you have to have one of those two vehicles. It will not allow you to upgrade this in a regular garage. You can, however, park this in any of your garages like the APC. It's actually a very good vehicle. It's better if you've got friends with you. You can carry a lot of people on this. There can be people on the back. There can be 4 people inside, including the driver. One of the people inside can work the gun and then switch from the gun back down to the inside of the vehicle. But the driver cannot switch directly from their driving position to the gun. All they can do is turn the headlights on and off and drive. I put this in a medium armor spec, so I still have, as the driver, access to my personal weapons. If I went with a heavy armor, then I would not be able to use my personal weapons, and I like this option. You get a little bit less protection, but you're still not fully protected even with heavy armor, so I like to be able to shoot at people who are shooting at me. I also have proximity mines. There's one right there, just like you have with the APC. If you want to work the machine gun on the top, you actually have to hop out, hop on the top, and then get in through the top hatch. This is just like the Insurgent that you use when you're doing bunker sales, except that one does not have the proximity mines. It may not be as well armored, but it doesn't have the proximity mines, and that's really the big difference there. My one here happens to be armed with the minigun, and I would actually recommend just sticking with a stock 50 caliber machine gun. The minigun, as you see there, takes a few seconds to charge up before it can fire. And it doesn't actually hit quite as hard. It fires faster, but it doesn't do quite as much damage, and that in itself is a bit of a nuisance. So I would actually probably switch this back to the 50 caliber machine gun if I was going to use this frequently. However, I don't use it all that often, so I'm not too bothered. It's a good vehicle. You can use it in a number of different missions. I'm not sure on its usage in heists. I think most heists you're more limited on what vehicles you can use. And of course you can use it in free mode and for any free mode activities. I can slip inside the vehicle, but I can't drive the vehicle. I can come out again through the top hatch, or I can go inside and then hop out the passenger door. And if I just press F to get back in again, hop in back in the front. It's particularly good off-road, this vehicle. I think it's probably better than the APC at climbing hills. You're probably fairly familiar with it from doing bunker missions by now anyway. It does get hooked up a little bit on some small walls. The APC is more likely, because of that sloped front, to just bounce over some of these obstructions. But if I head up this hill over here, with no preparation at all, absolutely no problems climbing the hill. And you can change the pattern of the camouflage. You've got several levels of armor. I say don't go higher than middle if you want to still be able to use your own weapons. You would buy this one from Warstock Cash and Carry. And this week it happens to be on sale. So if you haven't done the mission from the Mobile Operations Center, it's 1.167 million at the moment, 1.79, so nearly 1.8 normally, and it's only 877,000 this week if you have done the mission from the Mobile Operations Center. This is why I actually recommend the MOC over the Avenger, because the Avenger doesn't give you any special missions. The MOC does give you those missions, and they save you money in the long run. So if you did the missions before you bought any of these vehicles, and then you waited for them to be on sale, you'd be getting them a great deal cheaper. You see that 877 is nearly half the original price when it's not on sale. Not quite, but nearly. So you can save a lot of money on these vehicles, probably about 60% of the original price. But it's a good military vehicle. It's definitely one to have in your collection. I think I bought this one when a friend was trying to complete one of the casino missions, and we needed to chase down a helicopter. You can use that gun on the top to fire up in the air. So you've got a driver with their own gun and the proximity mines, and then you've got someone on the machine gun. You've got a lot of firepower, and at the same time, you've got a lot of protection from being inside an armored vehicle.